Chorus 2 starts at 24 seconds, and now we start to move below hole 3. All right, so playing the lower holes on the harmonica. Let's go 4 blow, like your lips. Slide to 3 blow. When you get to the 2, your mouth will need to be smaller. So you're going to pucker up a little bit. Keep your tongue aimed to the left. You're not going to aim for hole 1. This is going to be an important tip. Anytime students have difficulties playing hole 2, it's because they're aiming for hole 1. You want to aim for the wood or the plastic to the left of hole 1. The tongue is big, and by aiming for the wood to the left of hole 1, the right side of your tongue is going to block hole 1 for you. So let's go 4, 3, 2. So I feel that wood right there on the left of the harmonica. Take a look at what my lips look like. 4, 3, 2. Four, 3, same size, maybe a smidgen smaller, 3, 2. So a little bit smaller. So let's practice 4, 3, 2. Here we go. All right, now we're going to get to hole 1. In hole 1, there are some different approaches to the playing of hole 1. When someone says they tongue block all the time, commonly the question I'll ask, what about hole 1? They'll say, well, there's nothing to block. I just take my tongue off the harmonica. Oh, okay, so technically they're using what's called the pucker embouchure. Though they don't necessarily think of that as puckering because there's nothing to tongue block on the left. Their tongue just comes off. Some players will just keep their tongue on the harmonica, but on the wood, on the very, very corner of the harmonica. And some players will tongue switch to the right. So let's practice all 3 of those. Let's play hole 3 tongue block, and then move your tongue to the right to get hole 1. On the tongue block trainer, it looks like this. Now, if you look at the last note of chorus 1, which is 3 blow, and the first note of chorus 2, which is 1 draw, we do that exact thing. 3 blow, 1 draw. So it looks like this. It sounds like this. Again, 3 blow to 1 draw. The beauty of tongue switching is, again, I didn't need to move my lips. And remember, the more harmonica you have in your mouth, in this case I'm opening my mouth to be over 3 holes, the bigger the sound is, because remember, this is our resonating chamber. So if we can keep our mouth open and big, we'll get good tone on the 1. Also, something I haven't mentioned before, but your mouth size also has to do with your cupping on the harmonica. So notice the mouth is doing a good job of actually being a gasket between me and the harmonica and my hands. So when you're trying to get that nice seal in the harmonica for a good wah-wah sound, or playing especially on an amplified rig, playing with a bullet mic and a tube amp, getting that closure is very important to achieving good tone. So if you're working on good tone playing amplified, again, maybe if you're a player who's already been playing for a while, but now you're new to tongue blocking is a great way to get a big tone because you have a nice lips become part of your actual cupping. So that's the tongue switch. Let's practice 3, 2, 1. We're going to go 3 blow, 2 blow, 1 blow is going to be the tongue switch. Since we're over 2 holes, you're moving your tongue to the right, your mouth will feel a little bit smaller on the tongue block trainer. Again, 3, 2, 1. Now on the harmonica. Again. Now, another option is just to keep your tongue on the harmonica so that you have, on the tongue block trainer, it looks like this. You can't see it, but my tongue's still on the plastic. That's less common. Most people, if they're not going to tongue switch, are just going to take their tongue off the harmonica so it's not so small, because your tone can get a little bit thin and wimpy if you're not cautious. So what about just taking the tongue off the harmonica? I just took my tongue off the harmonica. 3, 2, 1. Tongue off the harmonica. Lips are pursed around hole 1. In order of most common, for a tongue block centric style of playing, the most common is to tongue switch, to move the tongue to the right. So I do recommend you practice that. It's not uncommon for players to pucker hole 1 as well. In other words, just take the tongue off. So try going 3, 2, and then just taking the tongue off for hole 1. And if you want, since we're at it, you can experiment with keeping your tongue on the harmonica as you slide to the left. I recommend you practice the tongue switch. If the tongue switch, after practicing for about a week, don't make a judgment after just one day. So you're practicing this, maybe for 5 minutes every day for about a week's time. If the tongue switch just feels really, really uncomfortable and you're not able to make it sound good, experiment with just moving to the left and taking your tongue off the harmonica, play hole 1. Luckily, there's not a lot of ramifications for switching to a pucker on hole 1. The tone difference between tongue blocking with the tongue switch for hole 1 and puckering hole 1 is very, very small. So it's not really worth fighting for if the tongue switch just doesn't feel comfortable for you. Let's go ahead and play. So if you tongue switch, you're going to have your lips over 2 holes, and you're going to block the second hole to the right. So 1 draw. Then you're going to tongue switch to our normal way of playing 2 blow, and then tongue switch with the tongue to the right to play 1. Looks like this on the tongue block trainer. If you're tongue blocking the 2 and puckering the 1, you're not going to feel like you're really moving, just like you're putting more harmonic in your mouth. Again. All right, so whatever way you decide to play it, let's give it a try. 1 draw. 2 blow. Back to 1 draw. Now make sure your tongue's on the harmonica for the 3 blow, tongues to the left. Slide to 2 blow. Back to 3 blow. So to be clear, if you're using tongue switching, you only do it for hole 1. Either pucker your 1 or tongue switch. Go back to standard tongue blocking with your tongue to the left. Now, this is the first time we've played the same note twice. 1 draw is being played twice. Is it fast enough, or is it slow enough, where we can just go ha ha? Last bar, 3 blow, 1 draw, 1 draw. Yeah, I don't need to articulate that. If you want, you can articulate the second note. We don't need to articulate the 1 because we're moving to the 1. Then we articulate the second occurrence of the 1. I'm going to use a ka. Without it, just breathing. With the ka, both are good ways to approach in this case. As the music gets faster, using articulations makes more sense. All right, let me go ahead and play the music for you at 30% slow. 1, 2, 3, 4.